Why is there 12 episodes though? I mean, it's kind of low for.
They just because they just. No offense, Disney, but I understand what you're doing. They're padding Disney Plus, and they know there's a big following for Clone Wars, so they brought Clone Wars back for season 7, a limited run, just to close out the series, because all the millions of Star Wars fans are gonna jump on Disney Plus to watch that.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Yes, and thank you for tuning in to Keepin the Geek Bros podcast. This is the post-Star Wars Celebration special, and Darflex loves it. I'm your host, Vibe, and with me, as always, is...
Darth Flex.
And Garbanzo.
Fantastic. Before we get into it, and this is technically not episode 61, which is the aftermath. Darflex, if you can give these fine people, I'm so hoarse, the social media.
All right, you beautiful folks out there. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. You can also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Geek Bros with a 0. You can also find us, the first place you can find us is WeBeGeeksPC.com. Now, if you want to check out what these guys actually look like, I mean, I'm sure you're wondering, you probably make bets among yourselves whether we're attractive or not, but you guys check us out on youtube.com/5Rev Studios. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS.
Absolutely. Before we get started, we're going to do comments and questions from the audience. Now, we were at Star Wars Celebration, so everybody was talking to us. So I want to get into it right now. First comment comes from Squeezy Bits. Okay, yes, exactly. It's a Star Wars Celebration, Keepin the Geek Bros live. Oh no, that's Squeezy Bits. I'm sorry. The first comment comes from where's his name? Oh no, it is Squeezy Bits. No, this is the promo, the Star Wars Celebration 2019 promo, and he says the voiceover is dope AF as fuck. Do you do post-processing for it as well? So yes, I actually am the audio engineer for this podcast, including as part of my duties. I have 2 voiceover guys that one is for one podcast and one the deeper voices for Geek Bros. And I commission both of them. I write the script, I send it to them. They record the raw audio, and then I ingest the audio and I then produce it. So yes, I do all the audio mixing for the Geek Bros. The next comment that we have, this one is from Squeezy Bits. No, it's not Squeezy Bits. Which one? Where did I post it twice? I did.
You did.
Oh no. Okay, there was another comment on our YouTube. It was a person. Let me see if I can bring it up. They had commented. They just said hi, basically, on our live podcast. I just want to do a shout out to that person, and I'm going to find their name right now. Yes, it's that's Victor Ramos Mercado. He said, "Hey, what's up?" He had commented on it, and I just basically replied. So, hey, thanks for watching the live podcast. Really appreciate it. The next comment that we got was we were tagged on Instagram by Army of 171.
Hey.
He tagged us in a photo. It was with him and his son, who was one of the winners of our giveaway. He won the light up chopsticks for answering the question. What was the question again?
We asked how many sons was Luke Skywalker looking at in A New Hope.
Of course, he answered 2. So he wrote, Army of 171 wrote, more Star Wars Celebration pics, lots of great cosplay, and even got to meet some YouTube superstars, including Geek Bros. So we are YouTube superstars. Awesome. So that was great.
That guy was really nice. He's a lieutenant colonel. Actually, he's a full-bird colonel in the army. It's pretty crazy.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Flex had said that. Flex was like, that's cool.
I also found. Oh, sorry.
All right, carry on. What are you saying?
He's really heavy into UFC. If I would have known, I would have made much more conversation with this dude.
See. Well, next time we're gonna see him in next year. We'll get to that later, though. We also had a comment placed on our Geek Bros. That's GEKBR0S Instagram. It was when we went to the Arc Bar meetup. It was the picture of the Arc Bar and the Geek Bros together hanging out. From Bella_Myla Thong. It was fire, three starlights and a fire. I don't know what that means, but thanks for the comment.
She's a superstar too.
Huh? Well, there you go. We're superstars on fire.
She's a Disney model.
She is?
Yeah, man.
Bella Maya Thong? Myla Thong? Oh, yeah. Cool. I didn't know that. And then we actually briefly met one of the podcasts that are on our network, the WeBeGeeks network, I Rebel, and they actually sent us a message, and it was a pleasure to meet you. And of course, they would have loved to speak to us if we were at Celebration more, but I guess I didn't get the message till today when I checked it. So shout outs to I Rebel. You guys should check them out on WeBeGeeksPC.com too. I already contacted her with hopes of a future collaboration. So that was a message to them. Also. We got another comment on day 4 of Celebration of Mandalorian. Disneyland My Home commented on the post on the Geek Bros post on Instagram, and it said "Nice Geek Bros" with a smiley face. So that is all the audience participation that we have for this episode. It was actually a bunch. So by all means, reach out to us, email us, comment on our stuff, and guess what? Not only are we going to respond, we're going to shout you out here on the podcast. Now you gotta love that. So
absolutely.
Moving on, gents, tell me about your celebration weekend. Now, we're gonna get into all the stuff that we saw, but I want to know what was your favorite. What besides the Star Wars stuff, how was your weekend?
I will tell you right now, my favorite thing was the pork chops.
Okay, so we're getting into this. I came up with the idea to pre-season a bunch of meat, freeze it, and fly it out there with us to Chicago. So I cooked every night for the Geek Bros when they were there, and yes, Darflex is referring to the pork chops. Here's a fun fact: I burned a hole in my cheek because Darflex just really wanted pork chops, and instead of waiting for them to thaw, he decided to dunk them in hot water, and water got into it. And of course, you're frying it on a pan with oil in it, so oil and water don't mix. I didn't realize how wet it was.
Yes,
that's what she said. When I put it in the frying pan, the oil exploded and one drop flew on my cheek, burnt a hole right in my cheek, and that thing hurt. It's actually healing pretty well now. So that's a good point there. Garbanzo, your weekend.
Honestly, it was just being there was amazing. Being with you guys there was awesome. Checking out Chicago was just it's just really cool. I mean,
there's something going on right now over the Flex's crib.
But no, it was my favorite time was actually the time that we spent at the Airbnb. Just kind of talking about the day, chilling, having a few drinks, and just kind of talking about
some random filming. You gotta love that.
It was cool, man.
I think it was cool. I mean, my favorite part of the weekend was I dragged these boys out. Jotaro, unfortunately, is not with us yet. He should be coming in later. But I dragged these gentlemen out to a karaoke lounge. I wanted to do karaoke, but unfortunately, there was no karaoke that night. There was an event, and so it just really became like a lounge. And I had a blast. I drank. I took shots.
I discovered a new song.
You discovered a new song. You actually ended up talking up a storm to some random patron there, and that was really interesting.
Who ended up not being so random? She actually has a Star Wars podcast and referencing about through the female's perspective. I'll be for those who are interested, email us and we'll let you know more about it.
Yeah, he had a good time. I mean, he spent $25 to sit outside and talk to this individual, so you can't beat that.
Listen, we were arguing Star Wars. I couldn't stop myself. You know how it is.
I mean, obviously, I mean, no joke. But it was. I had a good time. The music was alright. I was just good to be out because I don't get to really go out very often, especially not with these guys.
And the dim sum.
Oh snap! Yeah. So after the karaoke night, we left at around 1 o'clock? We left at 1 o'clock. We left at 1 o'clock because all this thing, believe it or not, everything closes in Chicago at 2 o'clock. So We left at 1 o'clock. We were just walking around Chinatown, took some pictures, and then the boys, even though I cooked that night, they wanted some dim sum, so we went to, what was the spot called?
The Golden something or other. It was
the Golden
the Golden Crown or something
right,
like that.
Golden Triangle. And so we went there, and they ordered, Garbanzo ordered every dim sum on the book. Jotaro ordered some weird noodles. I ordered some Mayfun, some egg noodles. Flex, what did Flex order?
I think he had some of the dim sum that I had. I think
he had pork,
soup.
pork something. He had
no,
pork,
he had pork belly.
pork belly. So he had pork belly.
Oh my god, it was so good.
It looked fatty and wet. So I don't really know. That's what she said. So what did you say? You talking? Because we don't hear you.
It was delicious, you uncultured swine.
That is true. But I didn't enjoy it. But anyway, we ate it and we left and we had a good night. Everybody passed out. So that was a good time. But yeah, that was pretty much what our side weekend was. We are of course gonna get a little. I saw that. What? Eat it. You must eat it on camera. Put it.
Yeah, whatever.
Eat it on camera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. Just a tip.
We are a LGBTQR friendly community.
Yes, allegedly. So if you guys who are watching, Darflex is having himself some dinner while we're doing the podcast. He's multitasking, so you can't blame him. At least he showed up, Jotaro. So, let's move on. Garbanzo,
what's going on with the Geek Bros?
I swear to God, guys, I have an outline for these guys. I really do.
I was staring at it and I was like, that's my cue.
Yeah, that's your cue. With the Geek Bros, well, we just came back from Star Wars Celebration. We recorded for 4 days. It'll be a 4-day special. Darflex, you need to do recaps. We'll talk about it later. We also recorded a bunch of stuff. We recorded a few Shut Up, I Love It, which is not really Geek Bros related. What else did we record? That was about it.
We did the first episode of Inebriated Reviews.
We did the first episode of Inebriated Reviews. That was actually pretty fun too. It was a good time.
I missed that.
Now I do have the live podcast that we did. It's on YouTube. The audio quality is quite annoying, and unfortunately, we could not get it from Instagram because the file was the video was too long. It would not save. It would not let us download it. So I actually don't have an audio file for you guys to listen to. Unfortunately, this is one of those things where you had to have tuned in live. So the video is up there live. I'm not going to re-edit it. I'm going to leave it the way it is because, of course, there's no point. You can listen to 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes at the end of this podcast, because I do have 15 minutes of the audio from that. But it was a 45-minute podcast. It was great. But coming soon is going to be the Shazam reaction that Flex and I did before we left. I just didn't have time to edit it before we left. And then, of course, I'm going to get into, dang, that's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get.
That's what happens when you don't share.
Let's put it to a sausage and it's burning his mouth. You guys got to watch us on YouTube. So, with that being said, look forward to the Shazam review and the 4-part Geek Bro special, which actually, Jotaro was there in Chicago, so it's the first. It's the first, and I don't know how long it's going to be till we all four are in the same room again, so you need to watch it. So, yeah, that's it for the Geek Bros.
And so tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
Today, it's going to be the post-Star Wars Celebration special. We're going to be discussing Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order. We're going to, for Inebriated Fitness, we're going to talk about getting back on the wagon because a couple of us ate really, 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 really bad out in Chicago. And basically, when you fall off the wagon, what is the best way to get back on the wagon? For Anime and Animation Invasion, we're going to discuss Star Wars, the Clone Wars official trailer review. For Gadgets R Us, we're going to discuss VADER Immortal series on the Oculus.
Yes.
For Open Mic, we're going to discuss something we should have discussed in the podcast, but we didn't. We'll get into that. Rewriting The Last Jedi. We're going to discuss the live stream podcast panel. We're going to discuss Star Wars Episode 9, the official teaser review. We're going to discuss the Mandalorian teaser review. We're going to discuss Star Wars Galaxy's Edge trailer review. We're going to discuss Star Wars Celebration 2020. So, gentlemen, let's get to it. Let's get into we're getting into the Fresh Center.
Fresh Center.
So, yeah, I love it. Movie standing out this week is NA. I didn't put anything there. So, Prescient's gone. Now it's time for what's new in the gaming world. Video games out this week will return next week. The battle for Azeroth will return next week. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Gentlemen, let's talk about this.
Oh my
It was
God!
Let's talk about the panel.
It was beautiful.
The panel was fantastic. I mean, it was just overall was just great. The one thing that Celebration really knows how to do is how to like to kind of build up the intensity of something. There, a lot of people were talking, or actually were very hesitant, especially when they found out the EA was involved.
Oh yeah.
With the worry of the microtransactions and just being in that kind of situation, and or having another Battlefront 2,
right,
where it's great if you like the multiplayer, but if you like the single player, it's very hard. So this is a strictly single player game that we haven't had since Force Unleashed.
Yep. But discuss it though. We have to make it very clear. The representatives that were at this panel, they literally they brought the elephant in the room. They said that it is a strictly single player. There are no microtransactions.
Exactly.
They literally said that they didn't shy away from it. They said it up front, and it got a rounding applause.
They got a standing ovation. It was fantastic.
They did.
And they actually retweeted it off the EA official. The official EA games Twitter actually did say it. So
that they did. So I respected that. I remember turning to who did I turn to? I think I turned to you and I said, wow, they really mentioned it. You have to respect that. I really respected that. Let's talk about that teaser though.
Yes. Well, the teaser looked great. It's gonna follow a Padawan who survives Order 66 named Cal, who has been living on the low, working like crappy jobs in the slums. And like you said, kind of like you said, it's the retelling of Kanan's story from New Dawn, but I mean, it's much darker. I love the way it looks. The graphics are beautiful. The characters look great.
yes,
And we're gonna have some Inquisitors in there as well. We have these new melee troopers.
It's gonna be
pretty awesome.
I think they said it's gonna be called the third sister.
No, the second sister.
The second
sister,
sister.
yes.
Second sister is gonna be in it.
Yes.
So that's gonna be the main antagonist.
Yeah, and the main character Cal is actually played by the Joker from Gotham. I honestly don't know the kid's name because I've only seen him in Gotham, but
Yes.
it looks great. Looks just like him.
He's also in Shameless on HBO. Just in case anybody wants to know about that.
Oh wow, okay. All I know is that when apparently I might have to share this game with Pink Jess, because when she found out that her favorite character from Gotham is going to be on a video game, she's like, I have to play. So we'll see.
Oh, it'll be good. It'll be good. I mean, are you guys looking forward to it? I mean, this is EA we're talking about.
100%. I never had a problem with EA because I'm not a little pussy, and I was actually very good at Battlefront. I didn't have to pay for anything. It's just a bunch of little kids who want, because they can have their voice heard, they think that they're able to complain like someone actually cares. They can go fuck themselves. The game is going to be awesome. I've never disliked an EA game for any reasons that are currently being posed. So,
yeah. My whole thing is, I like, personally speaking, like me and you had this conversation at the Mega GamerCon vibe. When it came down to it, like I understand the reason why the transactions are there. I don't have an issue with it. I know the whole thing with that they were trying to say is that it was like gambling. No, it's not. Gambling is a chance you're going to lose. You're always guaranteed to get something. You may not get what you want, but you're guaranteed to get something every single time. I never had, like I said, EA overall has they may want money more than almost anything, but so does everybody. I really am looking forward to this game. I really am. I'm super hype. I'm going to get whatever super deluxe special edition that comes out with it, and hopefully there is rumors that if you do a pre-order with GameStop, there's going to be a limited edition Black Series character along with it.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of water there, Flex.
Sounds made up.
No, that's not true because GameStop always has exclusives.
Well, remember that one time that they what was it the Fallout game where they're supposed to get like a nice burlap sack instead of got some PS one?
I don't know. I don't think that was a GameStop original. That was from the site itself or something. I don't think that was GameStop. Yeah,
it was like plastic or something.
Furthermore, GameStop doesn't make these things. This is an agreement with the company. So,
but it's a GameStop exclusive though. So, but yeah. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. The actual the trailer is already up on YouTube. It's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Now it's not official gameplay, but the video that was shown was rendered. It was rendered in the game engine, so that's pretty much what it's going to look like ish, I guess.
Exactly.
No, not
And
at all.
Huh?
it's here's the thing.
No,
so, I'm
because
sorry.
that's what they did for the first Battlefront. Looks nothing like it, but the game will feel that way if that seems better.
Okay,
So,
so
I did get confirmation. I did get confirmation. I went to the website for GameStop real quick, and they have 3 versions of it. The regular version, they have the Fallen Order Black Series figure bundle, and then they also have the for $82 and change, or they have the deluxe edition for $70. Now, obviously I'll have to look more into it, but we'll see what's the difference between the deluxe edition and the regular edition. We can discuss that probably another time.
okay, that sounds good. I mean, you definitely know that the Geek Bros are going to be buying this game. You definitely know the Geek Bros are going to be reviewing this game. So look forward to that because we love Star Wars.
And for those PC heads, it is also coming out on PC.
Fake news. Not fake news. All right, we're about to flex. Flex. It's your segment. Are you ready? You wanna... He's not ready. Okay. So he's not ready. All right. Do you want me to skip? You want me to skip it? Awesome. All right. So we're gonna jump into anime and an animation invasion. Star Wars: The Clone Wars official trailer number 2. Now, were you? I don't remember. Were you at that panel with us, Carbons, or no? You missed that, right?
No, I sadly was not.
Okay,
Nor
you
the
were not-
Mandalorian.
Okay, good. So I know not to ask you. So Flex, Star Wars.
Sorry.
But I did watch it online.
You did. Star Wars: The Clone Wars official trailer number 2. Now, Flex, you were at that panel with me. Let's discuss this panel.
All right. Well, they opened up with kind of not a teaser, but like a prep trailer with kind of like recap of everything. It's not a recap, but just scenes from the original season, including the last episodes, which looked pretty good. I mean, hearing Qui-Gon's voice was pretty tight.
Yeah.
And then, Dave Filoni came out, and all the creators and stuff came out, and they started talking. And actually, there wasn't much talking because if you saw, Dave Filoni said, I don't like to talk. I like to let the clips do the work. So he kept.
That's not what he sounded like. That's not what he sounded like. Dave Filoni, you the man. Don't you listen to Dark Flex? He's a hater.
No, Dave, I love you. You do outstanding work. I mean, I don't care who you kiss. But it was pretty amazing. So he showed us just concept arts of the characters.
Yep.
Okay. He told us how the story is going to be like, how it's going to revolve around. Also, well, not all of it, but a good part of it will have a arc for these special clone troopers, which were the Bad Batches. Right? They were, pretty much the mutated ones, but they took those mutations and amplified them to make them, special operators.
Right.
And then we got to see Ahsoka back again.
I did not. I saw them. I saw a clip of those guys, but I had no idea that's what they were.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like the misfits, but they took those misfitness and amplified it.
Yeah, they showed us a clip of an extended clip of that, and they are ridiculous. Okay, those dudes they kick ass. I mean, holy crap.
I saw them take a whole battalion of freaking of droids out.
Yeah.
On the clip that I saw online.
On their own, but we got an extended thing, and that was really, really cool. I think they blacked that out for you because I'm not sure, but it was sick. Absolutely sick. So, carry on, Flex. What were you saying?
Then we got to see Ahsoka return to the Jedi Order, it seems, because Anakin handed her lightsabers, but they were somewhat modified to what they were before.
Well, this is basically the visual version of what was explained in the Ahsoka book. So actually, it was already spoiled in the Ahsoka book. They might have given her lightsabers back, but she didn't return. She because you saw the clip where we saw an extended clip where she told Captain Rex, "Don't call me Commander anymore because I'm not really a commander," and they still call him a Commander anyway. So she didn't come back. She basically found out where Maul was and wanted to help Mandalore. She was approached by not Kyle Katarn. I forget the one that Katie Sackhoff plays. She was approached by her to help liberate Mandalore from Maul.
I can't remember her name either.
So she actually approaches the Jedi and they give her the the 501st to go and rescue Mandalore while
I
it's
did
it's
see
just
the
the fan.
clip with the paint.
Yeah, the
When they actually did,
501st.
that was the 501st with the painted their helmet. That was actually a really cool moment that I got to see.
So that was what that was about.
Remember that guy in front of us crying, like really bad?
Yeah, yeah. But he was also the one that was screaming out a whole bunch of crap, you know.
No.
And it was so obnoxious, really obnoxious, superiorly obnoxious. So darn it, Joe, freaking Joe Taro's messaging us. Somebody answer that man. Tell him yes, if you can before me, of course. Oh, I got it. Here it is. Don't ask, just there. Oh, snap! Look at him, looking all weird and ish with a crazy, wild-eyed look in his face. Joe Taro, you have missed about not much, but you've missed some stuff. I'm gonna circle back to you in a minute, Joe Taro. So you will sit there looking all bright and shiny. We're talking about the Clone Wars official trailer right now. Did you see that?
Oh,
You weren't there for that panel.
I
either.
was not actually.
But
No,
did
I
you
was
see,
not.
but did you see the video? I sent you the clip and the outline. Did you watch it at all? Did you look at the outline that I sent you at all?
I did. I did.
You know I have clips. You know I have clips there. I did that on purpose. So when you're on the actual podcast, you be knowledgeable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fantastic. You just sit there and smile. Flex. Carry on.
Right. So on top of seeing everything Ahsoka is doing with Anakin and the 501st, we also see her going down to 1313, that level of Coruscant, and meeting two new characters.
Yes.
Some kind of like Junker sisters.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I find kind of odd that they're gonna introduce new characters in 12 episodes. I mean, you think you'd focus on the characters you have and then just keep going, but I guess it's okay because you need something to show.
Or they kill them off right away.
Huh?
Or they kill them off right away.
True, but I understand also at the same time, you know, Ahsoka's has left the temple. She needs to find a new way of life, so it's either her by herself or give her some companions. So I get it, but at the same time, like, I don't want you wasting any episodes on any new characters. Give us these 12 solid episodes on the established characters, finish their run. But that's just how.
Wait, why don't you want them to waste it on new characters?
Because it's only 12 episodes. Before this series, this is a series finale. This is it. So I don't want you to introduce two new characters in the last 12 episodes of the series.
Why is there 12 episodes though? I mean, it's kind of low for.
They're just because they just. No offense, Disney, but I understand what you're doing. They're padding Disney Plus, and they know there's a big following for Clone Wars, so they brought Clone Wars back for season 7, a limited run, just to close out the series, because all the millions of Star Wars fans are gonna jump on Disney Plus to watch that. That's a surefire hit.
Side note. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Side note.
Well, I was gonna put side note. I was gonna put, but for Disney Plus, have you got? I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about this one week. But all the Marvel shows that they've been adding for Disney Plus, have you guys peeped that or checked it out?
All I know about is the Loki one and the
they added like 4 shows or something like that.
I know it's the Loki one, and I know the Bucky and the Winter Soldier, the Bucky and the what is his name? Sam, the Bucky and Sam's buddy. That's all I know about. That's all I know. But that's
Black Falcon. Yeah,
that's neither Black Falcon. Wow, that's neither here nor there. We'll get to that in the future though. This is still the post celebration special. So, any more discussions about the Garbanzo? Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, I did watch the trailer. I'm telling you, I'm really excited. I actually.
Tell me it doesn't look gorgeous. Tell me it doesn't look gorgeous.
It looks amazing, and I can't wait to watch it on my 4K TV on Disney Plus, which I'm gonna get no matter what. It's gonna be. I'm looking forward to Disney Plus more than I was to when I got Hulu or even Netflix.
Yep. I mean, it was the ending was great. It's like they took a page off of the new movie coming out, that trailer, but. All you hear is in the background, you hear Darth Maul say, or not Darth Maul, Maul. I was expecting Kenobi. Why are you here? And then you see them go.
So yeah, let's bring that up. So
that's a good sound effect.
They literally discussed it. How they said how brief Kenobi and Darth Maul's fight was. That with this one, they wanted it to be epic. So this is gonna be one of the best lightsaber battles that they've ever animated between Ahsoka allegedly, between Ahsoka and Darth Maul.
Oh.
How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I feel very
I'm not
excited
surprised.
because they mentioned that the whole lightsaber fights that you will see from Darth Maul will be completely motion capture of Ray Park.
Yep. Something
Really?
they've never done before. Yep.
And Ray Park was at the convention.
He was.
Yes,
Yes, he was. So that's going to be very interesting. That's the first time ever in the cartoons that they have done a motion capture. So that'll look very, 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 very interesting. I can't wait to see how that's animated. So Jody, you didn't watch the trailer, so nobody cares what you think. I mean, I'm excited. If you guys have watched the trailer, if you guys have watched any of the stuff that we're discussing, please email us geekbros@yahoo.com or comment on this YouTube or send us a message on Instagram. When we read it, we'll respond. But definitely. So now that Flex, you're ready, you're good.
Yeah.
Flex, all right, good. Inebriated Fitness. Darth Flex is an exercise physiologist with a BA in exercise and sports science.
Excuse me, sorry, it's a BS. Sorry.
That's the second time you did that, Jason.
What?
I mean, Vibe. The second time you did that.
This is what he gave me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He gave me this, and I turned it into a script, and by the way, I sent the script back to him via WhatsApp, and he said that's great. So you're gonna have to remind me again because
he was probably eating what he's eating now and not even paying attention to them.
Because the template of these podcasts are at the day job. It's not here, so it's gonna say BA on the template. You gotta remind me so I can change the template.
That's
okay.
my fault.
Inebriated Fitness. Darth Flex is an exercise physiologist with a BS. Bullshit. In exercise and sports science. He's a certified CSCS strength conditioning coach and a CISSN sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently on an MMA weight cut specialist and nutritionist. Darth Flex, getting back on the wagon, because we discussed this because a bunch of us ate really bad at Celebration. I, of course, tried my best.
You barely ate it all, right? What are you talking about?
I said some of us, not me. I was still on it.
Oh no, I ate like crap.
That's why I lost 2 pounds in Chicago in you guys' faces. So
whatever.
So, Darth Flex, with this being said, I know you gained some weight over the weekend. You know, you guys said you had a good time, but you are the man training me. So, people will always have reasons to fall off the wagon. They'll overeat. They'll drop for a minute, and they'll be discouraged. What is your best advice or your expertise advice on different ways to get back on the wagon when you've fallen off?
All right, perfect. So, this is pretty good for you because you are someone who is fasting, but god damn it, but for someone who doesn't like to exercise,
some of the dish that he hid.
I've been actually saving this all podcast just for this particular segment. Go ahead.
So this works for you because you're fasting, but also for anyone who, for the lack of a better term, hasn't really done shit for themselves, and you have a bad day, which you've probably had a whole bad life. But if in that case, for someone who is fasting or someone who I just mentioned, the easiest thing to do is the day or the week, the beginning of the week after. Right. You can do a 24-hour fast.
Now, you're talking about, when you say fast, you mean nothing at all? What can you have?
You can have water.
Different types of fasting, though, right?
Well, fasting just means not putting anything in your body that gives you energy, right? I mean, there are different modalities of fasting, meaning like different schedules of fasting. But a 24-hour fast, you can have water. You can have some water with pink Himalayan salt. You can have coffee. You can have tea, no sugar, just black. How I like my women.
Yeah.
Actually, that's more for Joe.
That is
true. That is true.
But honestly, I'm just, here's an assumption. I mean, you shouldn't assume because it makes it ass to you and me, but I'm assuming that most people that listen to this podcast live sedentary lifestyles. Maybe not, but the easiest thing to do without having to start counting macros and doing other BS is a 24-hour fast. It's simple. Just shut your mouth for 24 hours. It's going to increase your hormone sensitivity, and it's going to help your body. It's going to give your body actual time to flush out whatever crap you have in your body, because for the most part, if it's processed food, it'll take much longer to leave your system. Right. Don't do detoxes. People have a huge misconception of what detoxes actually do. They're not really good for you unless it has some kind of medical need or religious purpose.
What about
like a detox tea?
Yeah.
Like what? Like Skinny Bitch?
No. Whoa, no, I mean like a I don't know. There's a tea that my mother has. It's like I think the Yogi brand, but it says
Okay.
detox tea.
So that's normally to clean out your colon if you need to like get a colonoscopy or something like that, or you just have like some kind of blockage. It's more of a laxative than anything, but detoxes themselves really
They don't help.
no, unless you have like some kind of medical condition, like some kind of like pre.
Like, fatty liver, right? Fatty
Yeah,
liver.
no, yeah, like if fatty liver is a good example of one. Yes, you'd have to take some kind of like milk thistle or some kind of organ shield to help you out and kind of, well, it depends what the purpose is for the fatty liver. Also, don't do no Herbalife. That's all fake news. They're just trying to take your money.
We are going to get into that. I'm going to have you break that down probably next episode because you've said that many times, but we have people posting with Herbalife saying I lost so much weight from Herbalife. I know this one girl who said she lost and shows it in the picture. So I mean I don't know,
Well, look,
but we'll get into it. No, we'll get into it.
No, I don't know, but just in brief, like a quick teaser.
Mhm.
It's not Herbalife. It's just you're a piece of shit and you change your lifestyle. It doesn't matter if it was Herbalife or vegetables. That's it.
So what you're
Like,
saying is
carrots can save your life too.
So what you're saying is that somebody who's already sort of healthy would not benefit from Herbalife at all.
No, the only thing they'll benefit for is probably the motivation, but the products themselves will do absolutely nothing that you can't do for yourself just going to the grocery store. And eating much less. And not being a complete
buy
fucking
fruits and
douche.
veggies.
So what'd you say, Jotaro?
I said no, just buy fruits and veggies.
Take the advice from Darflex. Nothing that Jotaro says. So
wait, I'm wrong now?
Okay,
wrong?
no, you're not
Right.
wrong, but because it's coming out of your mouth, it sounds wrong. So that's why. Listen, you shouldn't be flicking me off. This is recorded. So, any other tips to get back on the wagon? When you've fallen off, Flex? Besides the 24-hour detox.
Depending on what, it's not a detox.
I'm sorry, 24-hour fast. Sorry, my bad.
Depending on what you did, if it included drugs or like heavy amounts of alcohol, probably hitting the sauna or steam room would help. Because you got to remember that your pores and everything else and your cells do get saturated with the stuff you put in your body, especially something like marijuana, which is fat soluble.
I have a question, Flex, about a sauna, just out of curiosity. So you would normally I hear people once they do an intense workout with like free weights or cardio, they go directly into the sauna. What does that do after your training?
Well, there's a lot of studies that say that heat shock proteins do benefit recovery and hypertrophy and just getting regular. But it's also good to wind down, relax, and sweating is good, man. So sweating is good for your skin. Help you, drop a little lbs from water, not from fat. It's also a great place to stretch because your muscles aren't cold; they're warm. If you want to get in some mobility training in there, you can do it. Just be mindful of the time. Don't. Like I've seen guys in there for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. That's fine if you know what you're doing. Just be very careful when you do any kind of stuff inside the sauna. I mean, if you pass out, there's nobody in there. Nobody's gonna come and get you, and you're gonna die.
So you would recommend what, about 20, 25 minutes?
Yes.
For the novice.
It's not so much the novice. Depending how intense your work, I remember your muscles do generate heat. That's why I wasn't as cold in Chicago. No big deal. But
no big deal.
They do generate heat, so you gotta, and also fat also insulates. So you gotta see how hot your body is. It's not so much the heat of the sauna. Listen to your body. The recommendation that people put on the signs is 15 minutes. An interval to 15 minutes. It can be longer. You just have to be ready for it. That's it.
All right. Thank you, sir. If you want more fitness and nutrition tips, then follow him on Instagram. That's Darth _Flex, DARTH_FLEXX. Or if you enjoy the UFC stuff, that's exactly where he lives there. All right, we're gonna move on to Gadgets R Us, VADER Immortal series. Now, I'm gonna throw this to you, Flex, because you were dying to get into this, and we eventually, unfortunately, never made it in there because, as she said, because the lines are long, and Flex and I were kind of tapped out by the time you guys left, and they closed and they opened it. So, Flex, tell me about this series. It's on Oculus.
Yes, VADER Immortal. It looks great. From what we saw, it takes place, I think, in Mustafar. We didn't see too much from the trailer, and I didn't get to play the game. Unfortunately, the lines were ridiculously long, but it is a first-person game, and you can shoot blasters and do gangster stuff. Again, very vague. I didn't get to play it. The trailer only showed us so much, but looks amazing.
Yeah, from the little
exactly
bit that we
what
did
is
see
it?
from outside?
What was that?
What exactly is it?
That's pretty much it. I don't know much more about it other than it's what the hell.
Well, you said
It's basically
VR.
it's a VR with the Oculus system. From what I was like looking, I was actually when we were standing outside watching the actual demo play. It looks like it is going to be on Mustafar, but the whole thing is that I saw some blaster. I also saw green lightsaber in the trailer. So the fact is that we don't. At this point in time, I don't know, and we don't know for sure yet if it's going to be if you're going to have both a lightsaber and a blaster that you can use to defend yourself and run around, or is it just going to be one or the other?
But is this a game or it's a series? Because it's called a series. I thought it was a virtual reality show. This is a video game? Anybody can answer that question. Anybody.
It looks like a video game, but I heard it was a show, so I don't know because it has seasons.
That's what I'm saying.
So maybe it's going to be a bit of both, where it's an interactive interactive show.
Okay. Well, I'm curious about it. Nobody here owns an Oculus, so how are we going to review this?
We could push somebody down the stairs at a Best Buy and try to get a free one.
Or when Joe sells all his pins.
Yeah. Let's keep that on the low. My friend.
I got some stuff. I got some stuff for you for your entrepreneurship, just so you know.
Yeah, like that shirt you wear, Jack.
This I'm wearing it because I'm not a scumbag, but I got some stuff for you to add to your entrepreneurship.
Hey, that hat looks mighty good, man. You sure you want?
It does, doesn't it? I'm gonna.
Yoda does not approve.
I've got to mail you some stuff so you can pay your child support. So I got you. Look at his face! Look at his face! Look at his face! Look at his face!
Actually,
just what you get for coming late. Okay, I told you 8:30, and you came late. I'm just letting you know.
Listen.
Yes.
Okay. I'm the captain now.
I am the captain now. Okay, well we're gonna say a peace out to Darth Flex. He's got to go. Flex, we appreciate you. If we can, before you go, let's take a picture with all of us real quick.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Flex, appreciate it.
All right, you guys have a great night.
Check you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that is it for Flex. And now we're back to 3 again. We're gonna move on to the open mic. Now, if anybody tuned into our live action panel, you found out that if any of you watched or tuned in or saw the live pre-Star Wars celebration live streaming from Garbanzo's home, we discussed the official topic that we were going to discuss mentioned just that we were going to discuss at Star Wars Celebration. However, after seeing the Star Wars Episode 9 official teaser, we changed it. And so on the spot, we went from rewriting The Last Jedi to Episode 9. So to honor the fact that we were going to discuss this, because I'm pretty sure you guys wanted to know, we're going to discuss how we would have rewritten The Last Jedi, maybe a scene or two, and then we'll move on. So I'll start with Garbanzo.
Okay, so my biggest part of this whole thing was just the way Luke. Because the whole thing is the book, and because I actually read the book, and the book is a little bit different and referencing to like he wanted. I got toward the end, I guess he wanted to go, but I would like to see him actually come to the conclusion that he does need to go, or find a way off planet somehow, and go and physically meet up with Leia. And if he does end up losing in the battle, whatever it was, he goes out like Obi-Wan, where it's one-on-one kind of situation. Now, of course, it would have been a little different due to the fact that Kylo did have everyone just open fire on him for 15 solid seconds. So that may not have worked so well if he went the way I wanted it, but I still wanted to see, I feel like he did come around, but just a little too late. I wanted to see a little bit more understanding and the whole thing of him becoming afraid of his own nephew, that kind of irked me a little bit.
Right.
I don't think that's kind of the way. Now that the episode 9 trailer has come out, and now we know who the great puppet master is behind everything. And now I can see how those mental thoughts may have come through. Now remember, the way that Luke told the story and the way that Kylo told the story and the visions that they saw in each individual's eyes was very different.
Right. So, Jotaro, how would you, if it's just a scene, how would you have rewritten The Last Jedi?
So I actually wrote a few things down, believe it or not.
Really? When?
During work, because I do absolutely nothing there anyway. So
well, you obviously don't watch the teaser trailers that I send you.
Yeah, that too. So I actually wrote down 3 things though. I didn't get like a lot. But the first thing I would do is I would probably cut the opening scene between Poe and Hux, and I would just probably like jump straight into the battle. That's one. And the second thing is I'd probably like when Rey hands Luke's Anakin's lightsaber.
Okay.
He doesn't throw it over his shoulder. Instead, he takes it as an emotional moment before angrily throwing it to the ground in front of Rey. And I was gonna say that there's no issue with that, with Luke rejecting the lightsaber, but I felt like I just wanted that moment to be a bit more.
You didn't want it to be played for comedic timing, right?
Right. I wanted it to be a bit more like serious.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys think that they were trying to do like more of like a baffled Yoda kind of situation? Because the more I think about it, the more like they tried to make Luke act like Yoda. They were trying to emulate Empire way too much.
I don't think so, because Yoda was being kooky and weird and annoying, while Luke was being withdrawn and grumpy. So I don't think so. I mean, I know the dynamic they were going for, but it definitely wasn't to necessarily emulate. You're right, it fell short. If I had a chance, I would have rewritten the whole plot. I would have literally made the rebels chasing down what was left, the remnant of the First Order. My problem is that they defeated Starkiller Base. They killed a lot of people, and yet it looked like, they lost. Because in the end, I understand they revealed themselves, and then they got. But I'm saying, if you lost an entire planet, now a planet, that was what it was. It was a planet. Starkiller Base was a planet, okay, or a moon or something. But
no, it was a straight up planet.
It was a
with
planet.
Their home base where the majority of their troops were at.
Which is my point. So all they had left were their ships. Okay, that was their base. So they should have been licking their wounds. They should have been retreating. They were not the main power. They were not the Empire. The Empire, yes, they lost their Death Star, but they had their stuff is all in Coruscant and everything like that. So sure, they can chase the rebels, but in this case, it doesn't work. I would have written it where the rebels were now on the offensive and they were chasing down the First Order, and then they got a little overzealous. They probably went into wild space. They probably went into the unknown lands, chasing the First Order, and then they found something there. And then that is what pushed them back. That's what kind of decimated them. And now they're probably on the run. And now they probably need, they got overzealous, and now they still need Rey stuff. I would have absolutely had a better explanation for Luke's behavior. If Luke wants to be that way, it's fine. I had no problem with Luke being that way. I had a problem with their explanation for it. They had to give me something more. So they would have had to build up, I don't know how, maybe in flashbacks or as in a story or telling, or maybe even a Force ghost appearing to Rey, explaining what Luke has been through and how the Kylo thing finally pushed them over the edge. They needed more, absolutely needed more. I did not buy Luke's. I would call it a betrayal of Ben by almost doing what he did. I didn't buy that. That was character assassination. That has to go. So unless you could still do the same thing. Let's say there's a flashback. He's training. He's getting very, 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 very dark sidey with one of his students. He's about to kill one of his students. Luke probably jumps in, stops it, and then of course there's the interaction, and then
I mean, are you talking about Kylo Ren can stop an ion bolt?
Yeah,
indefinitely, but Luke can't stop someone from doing something.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's how I would have rewritten. I would have had basically the First Order on the run.
They nerfed Luke Skywalker. That's what bothers me the most.
They didn't nerf him because we don't even know what he could do. They didn't show anything. They didn't show what he could do.
Okay. If you went into the Legends series,
right?
Okay, Luke becomes the most powerful being in the known universe,
which he should have been in this movie.
Okay, that's my point.
Just reluctant. He should have been a reluctant, powerful being, and I believe that he should have had a proper redemption. You want to kill him, fine, but he should have lifted his X-wing. He should have used the Force to start it, and he should have gone off and done something seriously badass. I don't know if you guys watch how it should have ended on YouTube, but how they did that with him showing up and him and Rey, he force blocks all the blasters from the AT-AT walkers, and then him and Rey swing them back and blow them all up. And it was amazing. Yeah. I would have loved that. That was actually brilliant. That's the way it should have ended.
Now here's the thing, right? So, the person that you were joking around, you were speaking with earlier over while you guys are doing the non-karaoke bar. Yeah. Actually, I think her name was. I think her Twitter handle is like Ash for Foxes or something. But the whole thing is that the whole thing is that we and her. One of the things we talked about is actually this specific situation. And the big thing is that. Sorry, I got a little thrown off for a second. One of the big things is that it's you never really got to see like Luke's proper fall. The whole thing is that Luke they never actually showed you how powerful Luke Skywalker actually became. It's like he hit a plateau. So how the hell is Ben Skywalker more powerful than him, or even Rey?
Yeah.
Why is he afraid of Rey's power? Yep. He's supposed to be he's a Jedi Master.
It's fine that he's afraid, but what we needed more context. Basically, what the movie gave us is he saw darkness in Ben. He almost killed Ben for a quick second. Ben saw him, and Ben destroyed everything he worked for. That's one thing, and that was enough to completely break and shatter his spirit. I don't think that works like that. They needed more context. But tell us what you guys think. If you were rewriting The Last Jedi, give us your idea. We'll actually read it. I'm curious. We'll read it on air. Rewriting The Last Jedi. If it's just a scene, just a scene. If it's a whole plot, it's a whole plot. Or if it's just a character, or if you want to remove a character, let us know. All right, let's move on to the live streaming panel podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the Geek Bros, myself, Vibe, Garbanzo, Jotaro, and Darflex hosted a 45-minute live streaming podcast panel at Star Wars Celebration Chicago 2019, and it was awesome. pretty okay. So, gentlemen, I mean, we have to get a little deeper into this only because the video doesn't exist now. Well, the video exists, but the audio doesn't, so it's not really there.
Sorry.
It's okay. It happens. So let's break it down. We last minute changed our mind, and we put on these lovely beanies here that says Episode 9, and we last minute changed it. I would like to say that from the counting I was able to do, we had anywhere between 30, we have 30-something people in the crowd.
To 50, almost 50.
Yeah, it was like 30. It was 30 to 50. I mean, I was counting back and forth. Well, we live streamed. 25 people watched on Instagram total, and another 20 or so watched on YouTube. I don't know how because that audio was terrible, but they watched. So in general, we had almost 100 people across the board tuned into this. That is amazing, especially for the limited promotion that we were able to do. That is amazing. I want to give us a round of applause for that because we did well. Okay, gents, I'll start with Garbanzo. Your impression of the live panel?
Oh my God, it was awesome. It was great. Everyone was fantastic. The interaction with everybody was as
said the magic word, fantastic. Yay!
Yeah. So it was great. Everyone was super interactive. It was it just felt comfortable. I felt at home almost. It was fantastic.
Jotaro, now you are, I don't want to say worthless. No, you are one of the newest members. You and Renee are one of the newest members with the Geek Bros. So we kind of just like scooped you up and tossed you into this live panel with us. I want to make it very clear. You surpassed my expectations.
I always believed in you.
Well, I'm glad somebody did. But you absolutely surpassed my expectations because I didn't know what to expect by just scooping you up and throwing you on this live panel with us.
I mean, that's what you guys literally did when I got there. I
Yeah,
came off the
pretty
plane.
much. You got off the plane and you brought your bags, and we got right into the live panel.
Yeah. That's how ready I was too.
So I want to make it very clear that I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us in Chicago. You know for filling a spot that was vacated like literally last minute.
I'd be ready. Come on.
Huh?
Be ready.
No, I know, but not a lot of people would do that for us, you know, for the Geek Bros and for the brand. So I really want to appreciate you on that note before I start tearing you apart and the way you are. But yes, definitely, I wanted to say thank you about that. So with
it's all part of my plan. To quietly and stealthily kick you guys out so I can have my own show.
As long as you change your hair color, that's fine. You're on the panel, and we also dropped the bomb on you too last minute that we were changing to the Star Wars Episode 9.
That was just last minute, yes.
Yes. So what was your impression of the panel? How did you feel about it?
It was a little nerve-wracking.
Oh my God, it was a nerve-wracking. Everybody who commented on us, who spoke to me, said, listen, the first 5 minutes, we were kind of scared for you guys. You guys seemed really, but after 10 minutes, you guys finally found the groove. I agree. We were just nervous as crap.
It wasn't, I feel like it wasn't like we were used to being, I mean, we were used to being live, but I don't think we were used to being, like live in that sense.
Yeah, being stared at?
Yeah, so like, it's a little. It is. It's a little nerve-wracking. Well, to me it was, but I kind of got the feel of it, like Live said, after like 10 minutes or so.
Yep.
I was kind of like feeling it, and it was getting like a little normal.
I mean, feeling it. You literally gave us the final question for our giveaway. You actually chimed in. He's like, I have one. I said, do you? I said, by all means, Jotaro. Like that's how comfortable he got that he stole the last question. And who was it? You who said for the kids? It was your idea, right?
It was, kids,
it was also Jotaro's idea to give away only to the kids in the audience. And and I never thought about that. Jotaro really stepped his game up. What little game he had, you know. So, Joe, again, you did fantastic. You really did. I'm very happy. If Flex was here, he would let you know that we gave away our main prize, which was the handcrafted tankard. Basically,
right
there it is, right there. Yeah. It was a special handmade, only exclusive one-time original Star Wars Celebration Chicago 2019 tankard. That man did it in 3 days. He takes him months to do it. He did it in 3 days. That's the dedication. So I wanna say thank you to Darth Flex for that, because I totally gave up on our giveaways. When he told me he made it, I said, oh crap, and I ran into my giveaways to find what else we can give away. We weren't gonna do any giveaways. Flex saved the giveaway with that tankard, and we gave it away.
No, and I'm definitely saying that the next time around we'll have a few more little extras.
Next time we're gonna do much better. It was our first time, and for our first time we did pretty well. So I'm not ashamed of it whatsoever.
Look, I'm just glad we made it.
I'm glad we made it and we did well, and we've been invited back to next year. So officially.
Wait,
so,
Anaheim?
Really?
Yes, we've been invited back officially next year.
Anaheim, California? Or is it California?
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna get into that.
It's Colorado actually. It's a different CA.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
but before we move on, I have to make it very clear that the fact that we were at the live panel could have only existed because of two things. One, Mike from Mighty Marvel Geeks and WeBeGeeksPC.com. Without him giving us the opportunity to have a platform, there would be no podcast. And of course, the artist formerly known as Juancho, without his insistent persistence with getting the podcast done, I would have never even thought about it. And furthermore, believing in the brand, and he applied on our behalf as a Hail Mary, and we had no idea we were going to get it. So big thanks to Mike from WeBeGeeksPC.com, and of course to the artist formerly known as Juancho. Without you guys, especially Juancho, we would have never made it to that panel and did what we did. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer as we move on to Star Wars Episode 9, the official teaser review. Gentlemen, I'm wearing the Scully for a reason. Garbanzo.
It was magic. There's there's so much. There's too many words for me to describe. All I can say is that from the very beginning to the very end of that trailer, all I could do was just grin. At the ending, when they actually, when you hear that guttural laugh that we haven't heard in so many years, bro, just thinking about it makes the hairs on my arm get all. Are you
just jumping directly to the end of the trailer?
Yes, I loved it.
It was kind of memorable.
So. Okay, well, Jotaro, you tell me
the
how
whole
memorable
thing was amazing.
I really don't like. I mentioned before in the live podcast. Well, I don't know if it was a live podcast in Chicago, but I did mention
it was a live podcast. We were live.
No. I mentioned a specific scene.
Oh, okay.
It was when in the beginning, actually, when Rey was running and she jumped and did some acrobatic, flip thing, and then after that,
over a TIE fighter, over the TIE Interceptor. Which we assume was being piloted by Kylo Ren. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is his ship. Nobody else flies that Interceptor except for him.
Says who? What if he was taken out? What if it was one of the Knights of Ren? What if all the Knights of Ren has TIE Interceptors and we don't know that?
That's a pretty good point,
I just blew your mind again.
That was actually a pretty good point.
What I enjoyed was basically that it's going to be a group outing. That's what the panel said.
Yes.
And that it's about time. It's going to be akin to Return of the Jedi or the original Star Wars. They're not going to be split up for the most part. And I like what I saw. It was good. It was very pretty. It looks like it's going to be epic. And yeah, I agree that cackle at the end. So you heard the cackle, and I remember sitting there like, wait, was that the Emperor? And I knew
right away.
I didn't. I just kind of ignored it. And then Ian McDermott.
Yeah, Ian McDermott.
Ian McDermott. Just if the lights pop on, there he is on stage, and he goes, "Roll it again." And then they replay the trailer, and yeah, it was.
Wait, so they did replay the trailer twice?
Yes, they did.
Every panel they pretty much replayed it twice.
Yeah, what they did was it got cut off right before Ian came out for everybody watching at home, and then he came out, so we got those at the panel got that special.
Roll it again.
Roll it again. Yeah.
It's funny because as we were watching this, Jotaro was actually waiting for us patiently outside the podcast because it was literally in between. It was Star Wars Episode 9 and our podcast.
I was so mad that I just missed it.
So I will say. But I will say, like I said at the podcast, that this entire celebration, but this actual trailer, revitalized my faith in the Star Wars brand, because you guys know that since Force Awakens has been going down, so I'm back on board. I'm finally happy. So what about you?
Gentlemen, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's one thing we completely forgot, and I'm doing this because Flex is not here. Lando freaking Calrissian is back behind the helm.
Yes, Lando was in it. Absolutely. Wearing his Solo outfit, it looked like from Solo.
Yeah, it looked like it actually. Yeah.
And I still, nice little nod to the to the movie that should not have been made, but fine.
Well, yes, absolutely right. He was smiling. He was in there with Chewie, and it was great to see him. So actually, I'm curious to see now that it's canon that L3 is inside the Falcon, if he's gonna have some kind of emotional breakdown.
I hope so. I hope he has a little moment with L3, or hey girl, how are you? And kind of has a little,
a little moment. So that's what we're hoping for. So if you guys watched the trailer, which I'm pretty sure you did, email us, let us know, or text or comments, whatever you want to do. Okay. If you want, we'll give you Jotaro's cell phone number. You can text him and let us know. Absolutely.
Preferably at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Would be perfect. Yes.
3 to 5. 3 to 5.
We're gonna move on to the Mandalorian teaser review, and unfortunately I don't have Flex here to talk about it with me. The panel was amazing. The panel, and it's funny because Darflex called it. He said, what if Jon Favreau shows up? Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Favreau showed up. It was Jon Favreau and it was Dave Filoni, and who introduced them was Kathleen Kennedy, and I was like, oh my god, they brought him out. They discussed. It was an amazing panel.
Wait, was that when me and Garbazo left?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, okay. You guys weren't there for that.
Because I don't remember that.
No, yeah, it was amazing. They came out, they discussed it, they brought up the entire cast.
That was Sunday morning.
Yes, they brought up the entire cast. They showed us some behind the scenes clips. They showed us what he looks like. They showed us the logo, the title screen for the Mandalorian is beautiful. I love it.
Yes.
I love the way it looks.
Yeah, I did actually happen to see it. Despite not being there live, but it was pretty cool.
It was fantastic. It was an
really
amazing
good.
panel.
I will say that panel and I got yelled at for it.
Why?
Because Pink Jess, who hasn't seen me in 4 or 5 days, my fiance, who loves me and misses me, hasn't seen me in 4 days. I say, hey, how are you? As soon as I get in the car, what's the first thing I
put on that panel?
Hold on.
It's funny because he was texting. He's like, you guys are there? I'm so jealous. So he was doing both. It was really, really funny. But did you gentlemen see the Mandalorian teaser trailer?
Yes, I happened to catch it. Yeah.
I have. Sadly, I haven't.
Facebook
I haven't
YouTube.
seen it. Yeah, I have seen it. Sadly, it's very grainy and kind of distancy.
Right.
But it's still, I cannot wait.
It is amazing. When I say that I was concerned that the TV show was not going to live up to the movie standards, I was wrong. It is beautiful. The trailer showed the beauty of it. I mean, I cannot wait to see what's going on. I mean, they have new troopers. They have this is set 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So it's in that area, that gray area where the New Republic is just starting up, but there is remnants of the Empire still around. And basically the Mandalorian is hired to take out somebody. They didn't tell us who, and that it's very important for the Empire's goals. And he doesn't care. He's a bounty hunter. We saw an extended clip of the first episode, and it was badass. Basically, what's his name? D. Baker, whatever the guy, the Apollo Creed, who was originally in the Rocky movies. He's there. He's a prospector, and
that's Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. Yeah.
So what's his name? Who's D. What? So it's Carl Weathers. My bad. So he is he's there, and he's a prospector. He's the one who gives out the bounties, and the Mandalorian is sitting there, and he's like, I need something more expensive. I need to pay something. So he's like, well, there is this one off the books one, for the Empire. So he sends him. So you watch him walk through a hall and into this little area, and he is flanked by two stormtroopers, and he's speaking to the guy who's going to hire him. The doctor or a doctor comes out and startles him. He pulls out his gun, both guns. And he's pointing at the guy who just walked in and at the stormtroopers, and the stormtroopers said, "Put your guns down." He says no, he goes, "Dude, it's two against one." He goes, "I like those odds." It was badass, and he accepts it. He hears the entire. Actually, the voiceover guy of the trailer was the guy he was talking to in there when he gave him the job, and he left and he agreed. It was a good 5-6 minute scene.
Yeah,
but it showcased the production quality. It is amazing. The behind the scenes looks good. I'm all on board. So if you guys saw it, check it out. We're gonna move on to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge trailer review. Who saw this?
This was pretty crazy.
Were you guys with us? I don't remember.
Yeah,
you guys were with us.
There.
Yeah, we were all there. We were there. Now tell me that what they expressed with both the Millennium Falcon ride, Hondo being there as an animatronic, being able to be your own character there and use digital media to be your own person, and the future of it, how all this is canon, by the way. Yep. What do you guys think?
Oh my God, it's Disney magic. I mean, that's all I gotta say is Disney magic. I'm more excited now than I ever was, and I was super excited to begin with. So I still don't think I'm gonna go opening weekend, but we'll see.
Well, at this point, it's literally almost impossible to go opening weekend.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go. But I had no interest in Galaxy's Edge, believe it or not. I didn't care about it at all.
Really?
No interest, didn't care. I just another Star Wars land, whatever, like Jurassic Park or whatever.
Another Star Wars land? How many Star Wars lands do you know?
I mean, I don't know. Isn't it kind of? But anyway, the point of the matter is that I didn't care until this panel. This panel was the ish. I was floored. I could not believe what they did with this. How true to life it's gonna be, and how they were just so enthusiastic. They were so enthusiastic. They made me enthusiastic.
It's like a real life role playing.
LARPing, yes. Yeah, it's like LARP. It's just
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't had a chance, there's YouTube videos about this that Disney put out. Because there was actually employees put themselves on wait lists to apply for these jobs at the Black Spire and Batu. So you had to go through an audition process and the whole 9 yards. So they actually have video of these employees being told, "Congratulations, you're now part of Black Spire,
Wow.
or you got picked as this." And you see these employees in tears, crying, super excited. Like, you just feel the energy that this, when you know that the employees are this excited about it, like, it's just that much more amazing. I mean, it's just.
You're absolutely right.
Disney
Also in the
magic, man.
panel, and I'm only bringing this up because I'm wearing the T-shirt. They partnered up with Coca-Cola, and they made Coca-Cola. Made special brand bottles of their stuff, except for the water, and it's all in Arabic. And actually, this is a T-shirt from the panel where this is in Arabic, and it says Coca-Cola. And if you look here, that says Coca-Cola, and right here says Star Wars Galaxy on the other side. It's not my favorite. It's not my most favorite product placement. It kind of upset me a little bit. It kind of brought me down a little bit because it's like, I mean, really, this. I mean, we're gonna
Well,
put like.
No, Coke has been a partner with Disney for decades.
I know, but now you're putting Coke in as canon in Star Wars. This is canon. This Arabic soda drink, it says Coca-Cola, is canon. Coca-Cola is canon in Star Wars. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with it.
Canon as in it's going to now show up in like
But
shows and movies.
potentially, why not? You'll
I mean,
see.
that's-
Now they're allowed to now have Rey drink a Coke out of the Arabic bottle before
that's
fighting
stupid.
Kylo Ren.
That's stupid.
That's what I'm saying. It bothers
very
me.
stupid.
I don't think that's gonna happen though.
Yes, it will. Why wouldn't they?
No, it's just, I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen.
I call it first. We're gonna start seeing Coca-Cola Arabic stuff. Okay, you may not know that's what it is because we know because we were at the panel, but you're gonna start seeing these weird grenade-looking bottles that people are gonna be drinking out of with Arabic on it, and okay, and you guys wonder what that is. Does that look like Coca-Cola? It is. Coca-Cola is now canon in Star Wars. I don't know how I feel about that. Tell us how you feel about that, ladies and gentlemen. Before we wrap up, at the end ceremony, they announced, and we were speculating this forever, 2 years, 4 years, we weren't even sure. Star Wars Celebration 2020 Anaheim. I want to say that officially the Geek Bros have been invited back for the podcast panel. It's really up to us. It's really up to us to accept at this point. So, how do we feel about it? Next year, gentlemen.
I'm in.
Joe Taro, I know you're going to be there. California, baby.
Anything that brings us together like this. Come on, I can't miss this.
Oh man, that's really sweet.
I'd be stupid if I missed this.
Listen,
yes, you're right. You are stupid if you missed it.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. Okay.
Yes, you are stupid if you missed the Geek Bros at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
I will say that, you know what? I'm down. Let's do this. And this time around, we can bring a camera person.
Yeah, what you said. So
well, I think we're gonna be twice. I mean, Vibe, you can agree or disagree with me on this. I think we're gonna be twice as prepared as we were.
Oh, absolutely. Now that we have
absolutely.
time, that we know, we're gonna budget early. We're going to prepare our panel. We're gonna put and we're you guys gonna help. We're gonna put some money together to do some good giveaways. We're gonna have new business cards. We're gonna have backdrops. We're gonna have everything. I'm already prepared. The budget has already been written for me. I have that already, and I know what my responsibility is for this brand.
2020
for next year.
What, by the way? What month?
Probably
April. They usually go mid-April.
Probably.
Also, they didn't announce the month. Like definitely.
No, not yet. So that's coming, and so I'm thrilled. I know Darflex is on board.
Tickets will probably go on sale in October again.
Yeah. So that's pretty
awesome,
much it. We're excited. We did a good job. We're ready to get this going. And I know you guys want to see us again at Star Wars Celebration as with another panel. I'm actually hoping to get a booth next year. I want a booth for us because as Starflex and I were walking around the exhibit hall, they had two podcasters and some of them were doing live podcasts from their booth.
Yeah.
And we could do that as well. We can do podcasts every single day. And then we'll have stickers and buttons to give out. I want a booth as well as a panel. That is my goal for us. If we can't get passes, we're gonna get a booth.
And I'm telling you this right now. I know at least 2 Geek Bros will be getting tattoos.
Oh yes.
Well, I'm down too. Are we getting matching tattoos, or are we just getting tattoos in general?
But okay, so let me just point it out because Garbanzo made a fantastic point. If we do the whole matching tattoo thing,
Right.
let it be like something obviously Star Wars related, but something that we, the four of us, would know. Like, you see how you have the shirt on vibe
Right.
with the language? Let's
Yeah.
do something like that that's Star Wars related, but only.
So why don't we get Geek Bros?
My idea.
Why don't we get Geek Bros in Aramesh and some? Why don't we all choose?
That's a good idea.
Right, get into Aramesh, but encompassing like the Rebel logo or whatever logo we want. But we'll always know that these little dashes on our arm mean Geek Bros in Aramesh. No one else will know. We will know, and God forbid Geek Bros, falls through or people leave, you won't be pissed because nobody would know. Only you would know, and I think that'd be a great idea. I think we should get Geek Bros in Aramesh and something else, to add to it, like our own personal logos or something. You know what I'm trying to say? Our own personal something. So let's say you guys want to get your own Star Wars tattoo, but near it should be Geek Bros in Aramesh. I'm just saying, throwing that out there. We can talk about it a little later. Oh, by the way, like maybe clear, next year I will be filming with my camera. I just got the word that my camera is currently being repaired in Texas, and it ain't gonna cost me a thing. It ain't gonna cost me a thing.
I know, isn't it great? That's awesome.
I didn't tell you, Jotaro. I found out that in my brilliant gift of foresight that I had pre-purchased a really expensive warranty years ago that covers all damage and all maintenance.
So it saved your ass.
It's not gonna cost me a thing. It just
saved your ass.
Huh?
It saved your ass, basically.
Pretty much. So that camera will be back, and we'll be back to regular scheduled programming. I meant to put that in Geek Bros. But guys, we are running over an hour, and I expected it to be a lot shorter. So I'm gonna give this we're gonna do shameless promotion first. Garbanzo.
If you guys want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, it's on Instagram it's DarthBean278. Twitter is Bean BEANTKE278. Same thing on YouTube and also on Twitch. You could also find me on Facebook on BeanTKE278 as well.
Jotaro.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, which is basically the same spelling of the name, which is Jotaro, JOETARRRO. Only on Instagram and Twitter.
Well, that's not bad. And he got a Twitter because I forced him to get a Twitter.
He definitely did, yeah.
So you can definitely find me Vibe. That's Twitter is VibeRev Studios. Instagram is VibeRev Studios. Of course, the main studio YouTube is youtube.com/VibeRev Studios. The Facebook that I've got, VibeRev Studios, VibeRevStudios, brand recognition. You can't miss it. You search for me, you find it there. Of course, the studio website is VibeRevStudios.com, VibeRevStudios.com. And I'm going to give this to Garbanzo. Garbanzo, tell the fine folks where you can find all the Geek Bros stuff. It's right there under outro.
What?
Under outro, I have it all.
On Instagram, it's actually Instagram, Twitter. You can find us at Geek Bros with a 0, GEEKBR0S, or you can email us at geekbros with a 0 again, at yahoo.com.
Absolutely.
Facebook Geek Bros with a 0. Also you can always find us on first place is WeebyGeeksPC.com.
The first place to listen to us.
The first place, and also. Always we want to see our beautiful faces on these luscious beards that we have.
Oh yeah, we all have beards.
Yes, we do.
Well, and, I told you to get some stuff, Vibe.
Well, you didn't wash my face like you were supposed to while playing that music from Ghost. Okay, you were supposed to do that, but you left because you got scared. I wanted Jotaro's hands all over my face.
I failed them.
Massaging my cheeks and putting the shampoo and rinsing it off. Like I wanted to have that.
And we were gonna have Flex or Garbanzo record it.
Yeah, record it.
Yeah.
We were gonna say,
"Oh, man, I effed up."
I love, but it happened. We'll do it in Anaheim. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we'll do it twice.
So after all that, if you still want to see these beautiful bearded faces, still check us out at youtube.com at Vibrant Studios, VIBEREVSTUDIOS.
Yep, and that is a wrap. And remember, guys, geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.